Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, chapter 3, text 27. Yoga randhita karmano rudhi yoga vibhavite yogino jayajam tapasyanti yogi sang tang natosmi aham yogarandhita karmano rudhi yoga vibhavite yogino yam prapasyanti yogino jam prapasyanti yogi samtam tato asmin aham yogi samtam nato asmi aham yogarandhita karmana. Persons whose reactions to fruitive activities have been burnt up by bhakti yoga.
Persons whose reactions to fruitive activities have been burnt up by bhakti yoga.
Rudhi, within the core of the heart.
Within the core of the heart.
Yoga vibhavite. Yogarandhita karmano rudhi yoga vibhavite. Yogino jam prapasyanti yogi sankam natosmyaham. Offering prayers, Gajendra says to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation by Sri Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme, the Super Soul, the Master of all mystic yoga, who is seen in the core of the heart by perfect mystics when they are completely purified and freed from the reactions of fruitive activity by practicing bhakti yoga. Repeat translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Purport Srila Prabhupada. The king of the elephants, Gajendra, simply accepted that there must be someone who has created this cosmic manifestation and has supplied its ingredients. This should be admitted by everyone, even the most determined atheists. Why, then, do the non-devotees and atheists not admit this? The reason is that they are polluted by the reactions of their fruitive activities. One must be freed from all the dirt accumulated within the heart due to fruitive activities performed one after another. One must wash off this dirt by practicing bhakti yoga, yogarandhita karmana. As long as one is covered by material nature's modes, ignorance and passion, there is no possibility of understanding the supreme law. Tada rajastamo bhavaha kamo lobhadayasya. When one is freed from the modes of ignorance and passion and becomes free from the lowest qualities, kama and lobha, lust and greed. Nowadays, There are so many yoga schools to encourage people in developing their lusty desires and greed through the practice of yoga. People are therefore very much fond of so-called yoga practice. The actual practice of yoga, however, is described here. As authoritatively stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto, Dhyana vasthita tadgatena manasa pasyanti jang yogina. A yogi is one who always meditates on the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Premanjana surita bhakti vilocanena santa sadaiva hrudesu vilokayat. Jang syama sundaranga chintya guna swarupam govindam adi purusam tamam bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is Syama Sundara, Krishna himself, with inconceivably innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the slave of love. The bhakti yogi constantly sees Syama Sundar, beautiful Lord Krishna, with his blackish bodily hue. Because the king of the elephants, Gajendra, thought himself an ordinary animal, he thought himself unfit to see the Lord. In his humility, he thought that he could not practice yoga. In other words, how can those who are like animals in the bodily concept of life and who have no purity of consciousness practice yoga? In the present day, people who have no control over their senses, who have no understanding of philosophy, and who do not follow religious principles or rules and regulations, are nonetheless pretending to be yogis. This is the greatest anomaly in the practice of mystic yoga. के कथा कहूँ बार्ता बेले आज आमर so this is Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, chapter 3, text 7. This is Gajendra's prayers under the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Gajendra has been cut off with the very terrible jaws of crocodile. He tried, he fought for thousands of years, tried his best to get out of the jaws of crocodile, but failed. So at last he surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now he is offering prayers of surrender. Because that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, is the only protector. Nobody else is protector. Kṛṣṇa is the only maintainer, and Kṛṣṇa is the only protector. Kṛṣṇa is the rakshakar, palaka amar. Kṛṣṇa is only my maintainer, Kṛṣṇa is my protector, nobody else. Kṛṣṇa bina raksha karta keho na. There is nobody else than Kṛṣṇa who can protect you. This is our Siddhanta. All in all Vedas, all sadhus, all Mahajanas, they have said so, and this is a fact. This is a fact. Especially here, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of all Vedic scriptures. Sarva Vedanta Saram, the Srimad Bhagavatam Isyati, Sarva Vedanta Saram. The essence of all Vedas. Cream, last contribution, Sri Vyasdev. And through this Veda Puranas, Vedic scriptures, Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is only well-wishing friend of all living entities, Srudam Sarvabhutanam, speaks this thing, says this thing to us. Nobody can understand that Supreme Personality of Godhead by dint of his own intelligence, merit, scholarship, whatever means. No. Not at all possible. One cannot understand him. Only by his mercy one can understand him. Only by his mercy. Otherwise, nobody can understand him. But he is very, very merciful. Especially in this material world, all are under the clutches of the material energy or illusory energy. As a result, all have forgotten their own identity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead and their relationship with it. They have developed this bodily conception of life. Body is everything, they think. They think themselves with body. It's mental body. So, how can they understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental, is beyond this material conception, is beyond this material sphere? Not at all possible. माया मुक्त जीवेर नाही कृष्ण स्मृति ज्ञान जीवेरे कृपाए कोइले कृष्ण वेद पुराण. This is Krishna Krupa. This is the mercy of Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Her, this Maya Mukta Jiva. For this conditioned souls. Those who are captured by Maya. Jivere Krupaye Koile Kṛṣṇa Veda Purana. Out of mercy, he has given this Vedas Puranas. Vedas, Vedic literatures, Vedas come from Kṛṣṇa. It is said, Vedas are coming from breathing of the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. And he speaks through Veda. He always is very eager to speak to you, to make you eligible how to understand him. That's his mercy. Srudam Sarvabhutanam, the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. But out of ignorance, we cannot understand him. How he is merciful, how he is doing everything good for us. Nothing bad. But we misunderstand him out of ignorance only. Out of our polluted consciousness, polluted knowledge, defective knowledge, intelligence. We cannot understand. We misunderstand him. But in fact, he is not so. He is the only well-wishing friend for us. What he has done, a conscientious person, thoughtful person, whose consciousness is something pure, can think of this thing. शास्त्र गुरु आत्मा रूपे अपना के जनान कृष्ण मोर प्रभु त्राता जीवेर हो ज्ञान. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how Kṛṣṇa speaks, how he wants to manifest, wants to tell you how you can understand him, how you can know him. शास्त्र गुरु आत्मरूपे अपना के जना कृष्ण पुत्राता जीविर हो गया. He speaks to Shastra, Vedic literature. Shastra means Vedic literature. Tasma Shastra Pramanam Karya Karya Prasthidau. Srimad Bhagavad Gita has said. Only by Shastra Praman, Vedic evidence, Vedic proof, you can determine what is to be done and what is not to be done. Karya Karya. And he speaks through Shastra. But another point is that what is said in Shastra, in Veda or Vedic literature, it should be understood in truth, in tattva. This is most important. Understood in tattva. We have two types of considerations. Apat-vichar, tattva-vichar. Apparent consideration and absolute consideration. Two types of consideration. But Krishna should be understood in tattva. Evam jo veti tattvato tektva deham punarjanmano yeti sammangeti Arjuna. Repeatedly, many times, stressing on that point, because it's so important. He says this thing. Janma karmam chami divyam evam jo veti tattvatah tektva deham punarjanmano yeti sammangeti Arjuna. Tadamang tattva gyantva visate tadanantaram na vijanati tattena atah syavantite. This is all in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. My birth, my activities, all transcendental, it's not material. And one should understand it in tattva. If someone can understand in tattva, then that will be his last birth here, this material world. After quitting this body, he will go to me, enter into my kingdom. Tadamang tattva gyantva visate tadanantaram. After that he will be eligible to enter into my kingdom. That means when he knows in tattva. Otherwise not eligible. Na vijanati tattena atah syavantite. And who doesn't know me in tattva, he cannot enter, he will fall down again and again here. This is most important. Therefore, though Vedic literatures are there, still that should be understood in tattva. But one cannot understand it in tattva by his own merit, own intelligence, own effort. No. What is to be needed? How can you know? Therefore, Guru. Shastra, Guru. Next thing is Guru. Is tattva-ācārya. Tattva-ācārya. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekyanti te jnanam jnanino tattvadarshinaha. Tattva-jñānārtham Sadgurung nebhavi gachat samipani sutyam brahmanishtham. Upanishad says, one is very serious to understand this tattva, tattva-vijñāna. He must approach a bona fide guru comes under Shrauta-parampatya Sutriyam Brahmanishtam, comes under this hearing process, descending process, bona fide disciplic succession. In other words, we must say this. Not ascending process, descending process. Tattva-jnana descends from guru to disciple through hearing. So it's known as Sautaparamparjya. It's hearing process, displexation. He knows tattva. Because he has heard it from his guru, the Acharya. That Acharya has heard it from his guru. In this way, this tattva-jñāna descends through hearing process. Acārya-vāna purusha veda, Upanishad says. Acārya-vāna purusha veda. Veda means knows, one who knows this tattva. Who knows? Acārya-vāna purusha. Was served the Acharya, was surrendered himself unto the lotus feet of Acharya, pranipata pariprasna seva. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. This is the process. First pranipata. First you surrender yourself completely to that Acharya. Then serve him, satisfy him, please him. Then humbly ask, inquire. Tattva-jijñāsā, tathāto. Brahma-jijñāsā, tattva-jijñāsā. Jīvasya tattva-jijñāsā nārthadasceho karmabhi. Bhagavatam says. Jīvasya tattva-jijñāsā nārthadasceho karmabhi. This is your only business. One business. Human being. This knowledge is imparted to human beings, not to other inferior animals, other than human beings, because they cannot understand it. Why? Why? Why can't they understand? Huh? No consciousness? Are they unconscious? Devoid of consciousness? That's not bad. They are not devoid of consciousness. They are conscious beings. But their consciousness is not such a developed or blossomed consciousness. You understand? Therefore we have these 5 levels of consciousness. Abruta-cetana, sankuchita-cetana, mukulita-cetana, vikasita-cetana, pūrṇa-vikasita-cetanā. These 5 levels of consciousness we have. You understand? So, the living beings other than human beings, they come under these 2 levels of consciousness. Abruta-cetana, sankuchita-cetana. Covered consciousness, shrunken consciousness. In English we may say like that. You understand? They come under these 2 levels of consciousness. Covered consciousness and shrunken consciousness. They cannot understand. And they have no scope, no opportunity also to elevate their consciousness. No. This opportunity has been given only in human form of life. So all human beings, they come under these 3 levels of consciousness. Mukulita-cetana, vikasita-cetana, pūrṇa-vikasita-cetanā. Budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. That's the highest level of consciousness. Those who attain that highest level of consciousness, pūrṇa-vikasita-cetanā, they are, as it is said, purified of all doubts. Purified of all doubts. As it is said here in his purport, my revered spiritual master said that is purified of all mental doubts. They can understand this thing, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they will surrender. Otherwise, they can't understand. And this opportunity has been given to you in this form of life. In whatever level of consciousness you are, you can elevate yourself to the highest levels. That is the perfection of human life. To attain that level of consciousness. That means to understand Krishna in tattva. That is the supreme perfection of human life. So, Guru is required. It's tattva-ācārya. Shastra Guru, Atma Rupe Apna Chetanam, Krishna Mo Prabhutrata Jīvasya Hoyam. That is said. Krishna is so merciful and he is speaking. He is letting you, so how you can know him. Through Shastra, but that's to be understood in tattva, therefore tattva-ācārya is required. One must approach tattva-ācārya and stand in tattva and humbly inquire. Kāmasya nindrapidir lābha jīveto dāvata Jīvasya tattva-jñāsā nārtha-jasya karma-bhi. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Says this thing. Kāmasya nindrapidir, strict prohibition. Kāmasya nindrapidir lābha jīveto dāvata Jīvasya tattva-jñāsā nārtha-jasya karma-bhi. Don't inquire about your material enjoyment or how to fulfill your material desires. Don't inquire about it. But such inquiry is going on, isn't it? How can we fulfill all our material desires? More and more and more and more. Newer and newer and newer and newer. Like this, so many inquiries are going on, research are going on, isn't it? All. This is the base of this material world, nothing else. It's kamo. Kamo is the base. Huh? Isn't it? It's the base of this material world. So inquiry is going on. Huh? But they have forgotten what is the real base. Here, that has been said. The real base is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa. Here it says, Srila Prabhupada has said that thing. The real base is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa. Who is the Nimitta Karana, Mukhya Nimitta Karana. Two causes are there. Nimitta Karana, Upadana Karana. Nimitta Karana, Upadana Karana. And when we analyze this, we'll find this Nimitta Karana and Mukhya Nimitta Karana and Guna Nimitta Karana. That two divisions will come up. This Mukhya Nimitta Karana is Supreme Personal Godhead itself. Matsthani sarvabhutani. In Bhagavad Gita here says, Matsthani sarvabhutani. Whatever you see, all manifestations, they are in me. They are in me. Matsthani sarvabhutani. You see? So it's a mukhya karana, mukhya nimitta karana. But gauna, upadana karana, gauna nimitta karana is material nature. To supply the ingredients. Supplies ingredients. This is Guna Nimitta Karana. And Upadana Karana too. But that's material nature also. Kṛṣṇa said, she is not acting independently. Madhyakshana prakriti suyate sa characharam. Madhyakshana prakriti suyate sa characharam. Under my superintendence, she works. She is not independent. Kṛṣṇa is the Maya, Bhīsa is the master of Maya. Maya is his maid-servant. You understand? So his Mukhya Nimitta Karana is Krishna. And he is only base. But this conditioned souls, those whose consciousness is polluted consciousness, low consciousness, they cannot understand it. They say this lust, kama is the base. Kama is the base of this material world. Aparaspara sambhutam kiyannat kama haitugam. You see? Aparaspara sambhutam kiyannat kama haitugam. Gita, Srimad Gita says this thing. Those are demoniac. Demon, Taiva Asura Sampada Vibhaga Yoga in Gita. That one yoga is there. Chapter is there. You understand? The demons, they say so. Anishwaraha. Is there any Ishvara? You see? Is there any Ishvara? No Ishvara. Anishwaraha. You see? Aparaspara sambhutam kiyannat kama haituvang. Only by when the man and woman, they unite, they produce. Is there any other reason of this creation? Nothing. So this is the base. No other base is there. Punsastriya mithuni bhutang yetang. It's only punsastriya mithuni bhutang. Isn't it? Male and female, man and woman, mithuni bhuta. This is the base only, they say. No other base. It's demons. It is when one is freed from modes of ignorance and passion, one becomes freed from the lowest qualities, kama and lova, lust and greed. When they are covered up these, how they can understand? They cannot understand it. How Kṛṣṇa is the only base. So Kṛṣṇa says this thing. It teaches this thing. And one can understand this tattva by approaching bona fide acarya, tattva-ācārya, just surrendering completely, surrendering oneself to his lotus feet, pleasing him by service, then humbly inquiring. Therefore Srimad Bhagavatam says, don't inquire about this material enjoyment and material fulfillment of material desires. Lavo jiveto javata. You have to survive for what purpose? For what purpose? Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Jogyotamara udvartana baba. The fittest person can survive here. The unfit person cannot survive. No? How can he survive? The unfit person. He cannot make very nice arrangements of the eating, sleeping, defending and mating. The unfit person, Baba. How can he survive? He can't survive. The survival of the fittest. Such hard struggle for existence is going on. Very hard struggle. Jivan sangram, kadhina jivan sangram. Very hard struggle for existence. And one is fittest person, he will survive. Otherwise cannot survive. He's unfit person, misfit, the misfit. So they are all inquiring, how can I survive, how can I survive, how can I survive? Inquiring about this. Who is inquiring about the Supreme Lord? He is inquiring about his own identity. Who am I? What's my real identity? And why am I suffering here? Who is inquiring? How many are inquiring? Where is this inquiry? And who is inquiring what is the purpose of my life? What is the purpose of my life? Who is inquiring? Is it my purpose? Is it the purpose of my life? As per Charvak's philosophy, Javat jivet sukham jivet, runam kruta ghutam pivet. Huh? Is it the purpose? Javat jivet sukham jivet, runam kruta ghutam pivet. Charvak philosophy. This is the purpose. You see, those who have this polluted consciousness, they think this is the purpose. This is the be-all and end-all of life. Yes. As long as we are here, enjoy, sukham jivet. Live happily. What is the definition of happiness, Baba? Huh? What is that happiness, Baba? Enjoying, eating stool. The hog is enjoying, eating stool. The worm in the stool also enjoying. Huh? And you have to enjoy like that. Kruminam kyodantaram. So what is the difference between that worm in the stool and yourself? Tell me. Is there any difference? Then? Is it your shreya? Labha jiveto javata. What is your shreya, Baba? All are running after prayer. Who is inquiring about shreya? There are two things, shreya and prayer. Huh? And who is inquiring about shreya? Nobody. All are running about prayer. The customers for prayer, all, many. So many dukandars are there, shopkeepers. Those are very ready, they are ready to supply you this prayer. Yet, no customer at all for shreya. You understand? This is most important thing. Most important. Therefore Bhagavatam says this thing. Because Bhagavatam is Vibhu. Kṛṣṇa tulya Bhagavata Vibhu sarvasva. It's Vibhu Vastu. It's as good as Kṛṣṇa, none different from Kṛṣṇa. Srimad Bhagavatam is Vani Rupa, Vani incarnation. Srimad Bhagavatam, not different from Kṛṣṇa. As Kṛṣṇa is a Vibhu, Bhagavatam is a Vibhu. As Kṛṣṇa is your only well-wishing friend, Bhagavatam is not well-wishing friend. So Bhagavatam says this. Kamasya nendra pridhir labha jiveto javataha. Don't inquire about this. Prayer, kama, fulfillment of material desire. Labha jiveto javataha. Survive. To have shreya labha. That's shreya labha. That means the supreme, to attain the supreme perfection of your life, to fulfill the purpose of your life. And what is the purpose of your life? What is that shreya? Labdha sudurlavayidam bahu samvante manusyam arthadam anityam api adhira. Labdha sudurlavayidam bahu samvante manusyam arthadam anityam api adhira. Srimad Bhagavatam says. Nurdevamatyam sulabham sudurlabham. Durlabham manusam janamam. The human form of life is rarely achieved. After undergoing lakhs and lakhs of species of life, Sudurlabham, for what purpose? arthada. This is arthada. It's temporary. Any moment it can finish, go. But arthada, in this very life, you can have that paramartha. This paramartha lava, that is Shreya. That means which is beyond these four purusarthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Religiosity, economic development, kama, material, fulfilling material desire, moksha, liberation. Four purusarthas. And above these four is fifth one. Pancham purusartha is paramartha, that is Shreya Lava. You should survive to have that Shreya Lava, that paramartha. That is the purpose of your life. And you should enter. And don't survive for any other purpose. That's what is to be done. Na Jīvasya tattva-jijñāsā nārtha-dasya karma-bhi. Then all your activities should center around this tattva-jijñāsā, this inquiry. This inquiry. This is only activity, only business you have, nothing else. So you should approach such a tattva-ācārya, who has received this tattva-jnāna from his acārya, guru, and if you can please him by your service, surrendering yourself, serve him, please him, inquire, then out of mercy he will impart you this tattva-jnāna, then you can understand it. This is the only means, then you can understand. Otherwise you cannot understand it. When one understands this thing, he attains the highest level of consciousness, this pūrṇa-vikasita-cetanā-stara, the completely blossoming consciousness. So it is said here, the those whose consciousness are polluted by this kama, lobha, lust and greed, they cannot understand it. They are not perfect yogis. Here Srila Prabhupada says that those who are like animals in the bodily conceit of life and who have no purity of consciousness, what is their yoga practice? He has said this. So in the present day, people who have no control over their senses, who have no understanding of philosophy, and who do not follow religious principles, rules and regulations, are nonetheless pretending to be yogis. This is the greatest anomaly in the practice of mystic yoga. They don't know what is the real yoga and perfect yoga. To know Kṛṣṇa in tattva, then you can understand Kṛṣṇa is my eternal master, I am his eternal servant. So I have this only business to serve him constantly and give him pleasure. Master should be pleased. Then he can understand, and one who is constantly engaged in serving Kṛṣṇa, constantly engaged, he is the yogināṅ sarveshaṃ madgatena antarātmana śraddhavāna bhagavejo māṅ Swami yuktatamamataha. Is the opinion of Kṛṣṇa. He is Yogeshwara. And he gives this opinion. Yogināṅ sarveshaṃ madgatena antarātmana śraddhavāna bhagavejo māṅ Swami yuktatamamataha. In my opinion, he is the perfect yogi, the best of all yogis. One who full faith, complete confidence, with pleasure, with preeti, with prayer, does my bhajan in his heart. He is the best of all yogis, Sarvottama yogi. Sarvottama yogi. He can understand. Otherwise, nobody can understand. Here he says, a yogi is one who always meditates on the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My revered spiritual master Prabhupada says this. He is the real yogi. He always meditates this lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No other thing is there. And thereby, he always sees him, is constantly attached to him. He has developed pure love towards Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, he has bound up Kṛṣṇa in his heart. Bhaktama bandhya. That perfect yogi, the best of yogis, bhakti yogi, he has bound me in his heart with the rope of love. And wherever he looks, he only sees me. He never sees anything else. He is the best of all yogis, and he has attained the highest level of consciousness. That is pūrṇa-vikasita-cetanā-stara. His consciousness is completely purified. There is no tinge of this kama and lobha. No tinge of kama and lobha. He understands. He can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa. He has attained the highest perfection, supreme perfection in life, and he sees. So, quoting from Brahma Samhita, here, Srila Prabhupada says, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilocanena Santa Sadeva Hudeshu Vilokayanti Jam Syama Sundaranga Chinta Guna Swarupam Govindam Adi Purusam Tamam Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, with Syama Sundar Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with ointment of love. This is most important. This is the highest perfection, supreme perfection in life, human life. And this is the highest level of consciousness. To know Krishna, to understand Krishna, and see Him, all beautiful form. It's all beautiful form. Madhurya Ganilaya Krishna. This is Madhurya Ganilaya Krishna. All beautiful. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visesa Sovan. His beauty is such beauty. It far excels the beauty of the crores of cupids. See Him. See Him. And see Him constantly, always. So you won't see any other thing. Is there any other beauty? But here all are enchanted by Maya. Maya is so beautiful for them. But who can see Kṛṣṇa? So, is there any beauty in Maya? Ugly? Oh, spitting at Maya. No, ugly. It's ugly. You understand? This is the highest perfection. And yesterday we are discussing that thing. How can you get that ointment of love? Is there in factory it is being manufactured? Is there any price for it? Shall I buy it? That's questions. How can I get it? And what price is there? And where is that factory? And who is the factory owner? That's a question. Yesterday we are discussing that thing. If you can put that ointment, smear that ointment in your eyes, then you can see Syama Sundar Rupa, the all beautiful form of Kṛṣṇa. His beauty far excels the beauty of the crores of cupids. You understand? This is most important. So, here we have this thing. And Gajendra here offers his prayer. That he says that I have no knowledge, I am an animal Gaja. Gaja means animal of lower consciousness, very inferior consciousness, polluted consciousness. Here it says, Prabhupada Maharaj has said, because the king of the elephants, Gajendra, thought himself an ordinary animal, he thought himself unfit to see Lord. In his humility, he thought that he could not practice yoga. Jnana nahi, karma nahi, jnana nahi, bhakti nahi. I have nothing. I have no jnana, I have no knowledge. I have not performed any auspicious karma, punya karma, no bhakti also. How can I know you? How can I approach you? How can I know you? How can I approach you? How can I get you? You understand? Dinabandhuriti namete patitam ahangutsahe. Jadarendra patitam ahangutsahe. Bhakta vasthalataya iti srutva hridayam asukampate. You understand? You understand it? Oh Lord, it's a prayer. I hear one of your names, I hear that you are Dinabandhu. You are friend of the distressed. Dinabandhu. You are Dinabandhu. So I get encouraged. I am very much encouraged because I am patito. I am the most distressed, most fallen. So I get encouraged, get myself encouraged. Oh, is my friend, is Dinabandhu, the friend of the distressed. So I come here. But alas, what I hear, Bhakta Vaschalatoya. Oh, you are very dear to your devotees. Now my heart throbs. There is palpitation of my heart now. Because I am not a bhakta at all. I have no bhakti. How can I approach you? This is Gaja's prayer. You understand? As Gajendra said that. Srila Prabhupada in his purport says clearly. The elephant, because the king of the elephant, Gajendra thought himself as an ordinary animal. He thought himself unfit to see the Lord. He is unfit. In his humility, he thought that he could not practice yoga. That's possible. Jnana nahi, karma nahi, bhakti nahi. How can I know you? How can I approach you? This is most important thing. Yes. This is most important thing. So, you have to pray. Now, Gajendra offers his prayers, only offer prayers, is all merciful, and offer prayers to him. His mercy is weakened, otherwise we cannot. However learned or wise, intelligent the person may be, he cannot understand. Therefore, sadhu, mahajanas, they have only offered prayers. Gajendra now offered prayers. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has offered a prayer. I will just recite it. I will finish, conclude my speech. Amita durjanati soda duracharo amita durjanati মত পামরে উদ্ধার রিয়ালবে কাছে মত পামরে উদ্ধার শুনিয়াছি শ্রী চৈতন্য পতিত পাবন শুনিয়াছি শ্রী চৈতন্য পতিত পাবন অনন্ত পাপী জনে করিলা মোচন অনন্ত পাপী জনে করিলা মোচন এমত দয়ার সিন্ধু কৃপা ভিতরিয়া এমত দয়ার সিন্ধু কৃপা ভিতরিয়া তবে উদ্ধারিবে মোরে শ্রীচরণ বিয়া তবে উদ্ধারিবে মোরে শ্রীচরণ বিয়া এইবারও বুঝা যাবে করুণা তোমারো এইবারও বুঝা যাবে করুণা তোমারো যদি এ পামর জনে করিবে উদ্ধার যদি এ পামর জনে করিবে উদ্ধার কর্ম নাহি জ্ঞান নাহি কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি নাহি কর্ম নাহি জ্ঞান নাহি কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি নাহি তবে বল কৃপ শ্রীচরণ পাই তবে বল কৃপে শ্রীচরণ পাই ভরসা মারো মাত্র করুণা তোমারো ভরসা মারো মাত্র করুণা তোমারো অহেতু কি সে করুণা দেবের বিচার অহেতু কি সে করুণা দেবের বিচার তুমি তো পবিত্র পদ আমি দুরাশয় তুমি তো পবিত্র পদ আমি দুরাশয় এমনি তোমার পদে পাইব আশ্রয় এমনি তোমার পদে পাইব আশ্রয় কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে এ পতিত ছাড়ো কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে এ পতিত ছাড়ো পতিত পাবন নাম প্রসিদ্ধ তোমারো পতিত পাবন নাম প্রসিদ্ধ তোমারো This is prayer. You understand? Offer. This Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, আমি তো দুর্জন কি সদা ঘোরাচার কোটি কোটি জন্মে আমার নাহি কো উদ্ধার such a degraded, such a sinful person. committed so much sins, ocean-like, 40 out of crores and crores of lives, I cannot be delivered. Such a sinner, such a degraded, patita. এহেন দয়ালু কেবা এ জগতে আছে এমত পামরি উদ্ধারিয়া হবে কা? Is there any merciful person, someone in this world who can deliver me, who is such a lowest of the low, most degraded, most fallen? Is there anybody? শুনিয়াছি শ্রী চৈতন্য পতিত পাবন. I have heard this thing. Chaitanya is patita pavana, is the deliverer of the patitas, fallen. Ananta papa ki jani korila mohan, unlimited fallen souls he has delivered. I have heard this thing. I have heard this thing. I have heard this thing. এমত দয়ার সিন্ধু কৃপা ভিতরিয়া কবে উদ্ধারবে মরি শ্রী চরণ দিয়া? Is such an ocean of mercy, দয়ার সিন্ধু. When shall he shower his mercy? Shall he just give me only a very tiny drop from that ocean of mercy? When can he deliver me and giving me his own lotus feet? I don't know. এইবার বুঝা যাবে করুণা তোমার, যদি পামর্দনী করিবে উদ্ধার. Then I can understand you are really merciful. If you can deliver me such a farmer, most degraded and fallen, lowest of the low. There nobody lower than me, I am the last man. You understand? All fallen, last one. If you can deliver me, then it is to be understood that you are really merciful. Karuna tuma. Karma nahi, jnana nahi, krishna bhakti nahi. I have nothing. No karma, no jnana, no krishna bhakti. Nothing. তবে বলো কি রূপে ও শ্রীচরণ পায়? Then please tell me, how can I get your lotus feet? I have nothing, and no karma, no jnana, no bhakti. How can I? How can I? ভরসা আমার মাত্র করুণা তোমার, অহেতুকি সে করুণা দেবী রবিদা. Only I have completely dependent on your mercy. And all demigods all say that your mercy is causeless mercy. তুমি তো পবিত্র পদ, আমি দুরাশ্রয়, কেমনে তোমার পদে পাইব আশ্রয়? You are the supremely pure, পবিত্র পদ. But I am most impure, দুরাশ্রয়, most sinful person, most polluted, most degraded. How can I get a place there at your lotus feet? Kanya, Kanya bole patito thar, patito pavana naam prasiddha sma. I am weeping, crying, crying, crying. This degraded fellow. You are patito pavan. You are celebrated as patita pavana. You understand? Keep up prestige of your name. You are patita pavana. I am the most patita. Only this, only prayer. Suffering prayer. Nothing else. We have no qualification, nothing. No karma, no jnana, no bhakti. Nothing. Only karuna toma, only mercy. So Gajendra offered the same prayer. He offered the same prayer. Thank you. Thank you. Srimad
Srila Prabhupada ki.
And this is an eternal process. It's always going on.
ये जो बतलाया गया कि कोई इंक्वायरी नहीं करनी चाहिए, तो अर्जुन ने कहा अंत में कि नष्टो मोह स्मृति लब्ध्वा त्वत्प्रसादान, तो करिष्ये वचनम तो है, लेकिन उसके बाद भी कृष्ण पितामह को देख
said, you explain nimitta karana, upadan karana. And he said there are two nimitta karana, mukhya nimitta karana, gaun nimitta karana. And mukhya nimitta karana, he said, is Lord Krishna or Supreme Personality of Godhead. And gaun nimitta karana is a prakriti. So upadan nimitta karana is also prakriti.
Upadan karana is also prakriti.
So he said gaun nimitta karana and upadan nimitta karana are both the same. So Prabhupada sometimes says in his book, sometimes says material cause, ingredient cause, instrument cause.
Yes.
So how do these three are related with the nimitta karana? And instrument cause is nimitta karana.
Yes.
Material cause is upadan karana. And ingredient cause is also upadan karana.
Upadan karana. There are different names.
Different names for these things.
Yes. Different names.
But the Sankhya philosophy explains Purusha and Prakriti. And Supreme Person is different than Purusha and Prakriti.
Supreme Person is only Purusha.
It's only Purusha. But it's different than Purusha though, isn't it?
Only Purusha. Supreme Person. Parama Purusha. Different from Purusha. It's only person, only Purusha. All are Prakriti. All are Prakriti. It's only Purusha. Energy means feminine gender. It's Prakriti. You understand?
They do make a difference though in Purusha and Prakriti. They say without the contact of these two, nothing happens in Sankhya Yoga. However, the Supreme Person, which they don't accept, but is a Vedanta philosophy, Vedanta explains is different than those two.
What is the real
Because
Vedanta
those two,
philosophy?
the Supreme, the Purusha, the contact between Purusha and Prakriti, it takes place with something which is outside of the Purusha and Prakriti.
Maya is outside. You understand? It's external energy. This material energy is external energy. Bahiranga Shakti. Dure nikshipta. Thrown out. Thrown out. And Purusha, Supreme Person, only from a distance glances over her and makes her impregnated through his glance only. You understand? Never touches. Durohita ikhyana. From a distance only glances. Cast a glance over her. Thereby he impregnates her. Supproduced. She-produced. The Mukhya, Purusha, Param Purusha, Supreme Person is Mukhya. And Maya, Prakriti, supplies ingredients and helps in creation. Therefore, Gaunam Nimitta Karana, Upadana Karana. As for example, is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the potter who makes earthen pots. You understand? His ingredient is earth, clay, and instruments is chakra, wheel, and hammer. You understand? With that, with the help of those, taking those ingredients, clay makes pots. The pottery is the important, mukhya. Is mukhya. You understand? Chief. And this ingredient, clay, upadana, and chakra and danda is also instrument.
Instrument cause.
Instrument cause. That's the guna nimitta karana. And pottery is mukhya nimitta.
Are there also two classifications of Upadan Karan then?
No.
Mukhya and Gauna?
No. Upadan is upadan material ingredient.
Only material ingredients.
Yes. Only these two. Mukhya upadan, mukhya nimitta karana, gauna nimitta karana. In Chaitanya Charitamrita is explained. This example has been given.
Yeah, water example is good.
Water example is there. This explains how. You understand? Reading Bengali, read Yeah, I'm ready.
God, thank you.